Alright guys, what's going on? Let's jump right into this before my roommates get home, or roommate gets home, my other roommate's out of town. But what you're watching is my, I guess, second leg day, and this is the first time that I've gone to 195 pounds. I was training with a friend and showing her how to squat, showing her the proper way to squat. So today wasn't about me making progress, it was about me getting the work done and moving on to the next one. And as you can see here, we are perfecting the high bar pause Olympic style squat. The only squat I think anybody should be doing because it's going to keep you healthy the longest, I think, in my recent experience. So don't quote me on that, but that's what I've gathered from squatting for 10 years on and off and having a herniated disc, screwing up a knee, and having, slight hip pain on a very, very rare occasion. But we're just gonna get through this leg workout and then you will see the bench workout after this. My split is push with arms, legs, pull with arms, and I didn't film the pull with arms because I went and worked out with my buddies Scott and Ben, but the bench session, I promise, is promising, and we're back on track now with a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday lifting schedule, and I think one of these angles is pretty good, but as you can see, my spine from the start of the movement, my hips are aligned under my spine, and then I simply break at the knees and lower my hips in between my heels, and you can see my t-shirt, my spine, my shoulders do not move, and if you are moving any of those parts of your body, you're lifting with your back. And while that's not unacceptable, if you have a herniated disc, you should never squat that way. If you've had a herniated disc in the past, you should never go to a low bar, non-Olympic style squat. And I'm very, very happy with the form here. It might look like I'm arching my back, but that's just because I have a large chest, and when I pull my shoulders back, it sticks out. So although the arms are lagging and kind of the legs too, my chest and rib cage is pretty full. I have wide shoulders, so it looks like I'm arching, but if you just watch my spine from start to finish, there's really no arch, just a natural curve, and that's how I keep it. Same with my bench. I have a big back, and again, a pretty large rib cage and chest, so when I lay down on the bench and tuck my shoulder blades, my back is very far from the bench, my lower back. So I did used to arch it when I low barred. I did used to stick my hips back, but as you can see here, we're just breaking at the knees, squatting down, and that's the right way to perform a high bar squat. I'm not saying that's the right way to compete in powerlifting, but there's a difference between competing in powerlifting and lifting for overall strength, size, and health. Powerlifting is a competition where you break parallel. Squatting for health, in my opinion, is using a high bar, reducing the weight from the cheating style, and doing a full range of motion, just like I do on bench press, which you will see after this. So that is full range of motion for me. My hamstrings and calves don't let me go any deeper, and that's going to be individual for every person. But if you want to reduce your squat range of motion, just get bigger legs by squatting like this. So I do expect to get over 200 pounds in the future, and by the end of the year I have no goals but to keep squatting with at least 195 pounds. So like I said, coming back from a herniated disc, I'm not interested in impressing anyone. I'm interested in staying in the gym and squatting twice a week, in the 200 pounds range, which for me is very hard. I'm squatting my body weight, ass to grass with a very long pause, and I think most people can't do that even. They're going to blame it on mobility or blame it on something, but regardless, I don't think most people have the strength to do that. Maybe they do, but they're not doing it. So if it's something you cannot perform, then it doesn't matter how much weight I'm doing because people aren't even doing this exercise. It's an exercise that I think is underrated, I think is essential, and I think will keep you in the game for a very, very long time. And I think it's going to help me heal my back 100% to where I might be able to deadlift again. But for some reason, deadlifting is just seems like it's in the distant past and I have no emotional attachment to it. So to bring it back will only happen when I'm fully ready, because I'm not lagging any muscles that the deadlift is particularly good at bringing up. My glutes are there, my hams are there, my calves are there, my back is there. Triceps and arms are the only things that I'd like to improve, and deadlifting is really irrelevant. So it's something I want to do for strength and for health, but until my health is at the point where I need it to be, it's just in the future, and that's all I can say about that. Stay tuned for the bench. Peace. Alright guys, what's going on? So it's Monday, 6:50, and I did have my pull session, which I didn't record because I went in with Scott and Ben, and we all trained together as the day went on Saturday, kind of late, and it's Monday now, so we're gonna push, hit legs tomorrow, pull Wednesday, and take Thursday off. Just another week, and it's 6:50. We're gonna start driving. Last week was perfect. I hit the bonus 2 weeks in a row now, And no, I have not taken a break from lifting. I've hit every single session, but Saturday was my last training session, and then we went out Saturday night, took Sunday off, saw Cosmic Gate Friday night actually, which was awesome. And Saturday night was also really fun. So just living the dream out here, working hard, very hard, and playing hard too. So bodybuilding and improving my physique was put on hold this weekend. So let's see this week what we do. I'm starting to realize that my body fat is getting to a level where I don't really like it. It's okay, but either we try to get bigger or we just maintain here, try to get stronger, and then lean out for the summer or for the spring. But it's weird now that I live in a state where there's actually a winter. It's actually cold here, and it will be for another couple months at least. So in Miami, it's nice to be, you know, shirtless year round and feel good in your physique, about your physique year round. Here it's not really the same, but I've never really lived in a place with winter since I've been lifting, so I don't know if that's going to affect what I want to do. But quick ab check. That's just holding a little bit too much fat in water, but it could be the bloat from drinking this weekend and eating a lot. So let's get in these meals, get in these workouts, and see where we go from here. That's about it. Still really sore from the pull day. I kind of overdid it on the pulling, but maybe I just underdid it on the recovering, because it was such a fun weekend, honestly. Crazy, crazy, awesome weekend. So let's get busy before the 7 a.m. driving starts. Alright guys, it is 9:27 a.m. and so far it's been an extremely fast pace and good morning. So can't be upset about that. Didn't get that many peak rides, but ended up getting a few very long ones, and the long ones tend to be better, but it's all about hitting both goals, long rides and making sure we get peak rides. But like I said, 9:30 in the morning, and we are gonna go in and hit our push session, which I mentioned before, I think somewhere in the previous footage, that my bicep tendons and stuff are really sore. Not my tendonitis at all, that's perfect, which is strange, really good. But my biceps and, like, I don't know, forearm insertions are nice and sore, and you guys know when you explode on the bench press, sometimes that can make you feel tired, but we're gonna go in there and try to kill it anyways. Last two bench sessions were three sets with 250 pounds and 5. So memory card's full, it's the biggest troll when it stops filming, but we're gonna summon the power of LOA, Matt Ogus, pressing strength, and try to get in there. And I was saying we hit 5 sets last time, but I forgot what I was saying on the camera. Just saying I had a really fun time this weekend, but now it's time to train. Took Sunday off as usual, was after my 3rd day of training, but everything's been great. Denver has been awesome, and I got to see Cosmic Gate this weekend, which if you guys know, I'm super into trance music, and I know some of you guys are too. That's one thing I miss about Miami, to be honest, but Cosmic Gate came through and the club was awesome. Saturday night I went out and had fun with some very cool people, and it's just non-stop the opportunities of meeting people here, and everyone's very friendly. And what I thought I had back home, it was great, and to me it was great, but to the people around me, they didn't see it that way. But out here, people really see and appreciate who you are, and you can appreciate who they are. So it's just a different world. It's like I'm on a new planet. Janet drank the pre-workout, so let's just go inside and kill it. Let's go. Alright guys, so we just got done with the gym, and if you don't follow me on IG, you should, because, well, I don't post much there, but it's kind of funny and easier. Let's get into this bench workout first. I'm going to turn on the Lyft Driver app, and if we get interrupted, we get interrupted, but we'll start from here. So we got to make that muns. So, alright guys, 250 pounds. Let's go for it. 3rd bench session since the deload. It's time to make progress. Stop worrying about isolation work. Start worrying about what matters. Let's go. So today is the day where I lifetime PR'd. In general, I consider this the most strength and volume and least pain. Everything went perfectly. I came in with sore biceps, didn't matter. I was able to hone in on my form, go true shoulder width, true close grip, and blast out 10 sets of 3. Honestly, I haven't watched the footage. I don't know if I did 9, 10, or 11, but it really doesn't matter because I could have done 9 or I could have done 11. I felt amazing. The bar didn't move as fast as possible, but maybe I'm just not training for explosive speed yet because I still am perfecting my grip. I still am coming back from the deload, but regardless, next time we bench, if all goes well, if I don't get sick or if I don't, you know, injure myself or if I don't something, you know, stay up all night for some crazy reason, next time's gonna be 255. And that is just crazy to me. Each 5 pounds is a big, big improvement. And my goal, pretty much a lifetime overall goal at this dosage, is basically gonna be 275 for 3 sets of 3. And I know that may not sound like a lot to certain people, but that is so much weight and that is so heavy, because when I see people cheat repping 315, I'm like, man, I can never do that regardless of cheating or not. But when I have 275 in my hands and I do triples and I'm blasting it off my chest, I'm gonna be so elated. But that is a very, very long way away. By the time I'm doing that, I expect to be an inch wider up top. I expect my arms to probably be a 1/4 inch bigger. And for my genetics, for my training history, for me to put any size on my arms takes 6 months to a year to put on 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch in a bulking phase or in a higher dose phase. It just takes forever. But if I can unrack 255, 260, then 275, the lofty goal is there by the end of the year. We've got all year. But if I can do that, guys, I know that mentally, since we all have bigorexia or we all have body image disorders. So I don't know if this is set 9, 10, or 11, if this is gonna be my last set. So hopefully it's 10, but I kind of lost count. Irrelevant. I got one more in me. Bigorexia or we all have body image disorders. Once I can handle a weight like that, I will feel big. I will think I'm big regardless of what I see in the mirror. When I get to that point, I say that now, right? When I get to that point, I will feel big. I will feel strong. For my genetics, for my body, I will be elite. Truly, truly elite at what I'm taking, because it's just how I feel. It's what I believe, and whatever anyone else says is irrelevant. Sure, it can start up conversation and debate, but I've come in here twice a week for the past 6, 7, 8 months and pressed as hard as I can with my best effort, and here is where I am. Anyone else do that on gear and maybe you'll hit 300 pounds way faster than me, or maybe you'll be at 315. That's genetic, guys. Leverages, overall body size, fast twitch muscle fiber distribution. Guys, don't worry about comparing yourself to others. Compare yourself to yourself. And sure, if you have some friends and you watch their progress, you can compare relative strength. If your friend benches 315 and makes no gains and you slowly catch up to him, you're doing great, you're progressing, and he's not. But just because he can walk in and do 315 easily doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. I say that all the time. So after the 10 sets, it was super easy. 2 sets of overhead press, 3 sets of lateral raises, 3 sets of 1-arm overhead extensions, and then I quickly did a straight bar cable curl and press down with like warm-up weight, which I didn't film because some lady tried to jack my handle, and yeah, overall it was great. But I did have a banana and a bar at 8 a.m. in the car, so now we're getting in a meal and a snack before training. Banana went back to nature, and I think no matter how big a meal I have at 6:30 in the morning, it doesn't hold me over unless I would like binge eat, but then I would feel bloated. So that's why meal timing is important, guys, because I've been doing this morning lift for 2 weeks now, and I've noticed that no matter how big a breakfast I eat, it will not fuel me for 2.5 hours and then through a workout. Again, I could eat 2,000 calories, get to the gym and be bloated and somehow, I guess, have energy, but I wouldn't perform well. So the key is to time your nutrition for what fits with your lifestyle. And if you find yourself training 2-3 hours away from a meal, it's not optimal. A rocket scientist could tell you that, or a monkey could tell you that. Either way, it's common sense at this point. You just have to have some trial and error. So sure, it's great to ask people questions about their diet and ask a bunch of, you know, intricate details, but if you eat 2 hours before your training session and you're hungry, either eat more food, even though that's kind of pushing it, just have a snack, have some carbs and a little bit of fats before you train. I had mine an hour before, drank my pre, I didn't feel bloated, I felt excellent, and my stomach's growling again. So Isopure, Cinnamon Toast Crunch, oatmeal, the goat shake. Because you don't get big by talking, you get big by eating. Shout out to Eric Kanevsky. If you guys find me copying his stuff, it's because I just watch him religiously now, and that guy's hilarious. All right, Christine, I'm coming for you.